He did, and that's fine. I went out of my way to show him a little bit now. You want to fight? Come on, man. I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know.
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at, and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like,
Choosing people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions, and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open, ready to go. It's called.
Well, Roy Jones said that, of course, Floyd made more money than him, but he's the greater fighter of the two.
No. Floyd backed up everything. No. Floyd's the better fighter between the two. Better skills, more technique, the discipline, yeah, everything, yeah.
Okay, one for Floyd.
The back and forth between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. has finally turned into something real. The two boxing icons are now set to face each other in the ring. After Roy clapped back at Floyd's constant shots by daring him to fight, Mayweather agreed. Now the match is on, and it's expected to go down later this year.
Let him move around and do what he want to do, he's going to beat you, because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was going to say mean, too.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Right. Sugar is a dog. Yeah. Just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Yeah. Sugar is a dog.
On June 17th, while chatting on the All the Smoke Fight podcast with Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr. made a strong claim. If Sugar Ray Leonard had fought Floyd Mayweather in their primes, Sugar would have won. People keep acting like Floyd would have beaten Sugar. No way, Roy said. Floyd doesn't have that ruthless edge Sugar had. Don't let the nickname fool you. Sugar was a beast. He had that fire in him most folks overlook. I like Floyd. He's cool, but beating Sugar? You'd need a whole new approach for that.
To their own opinion. And I'm glad that Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter that's gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle, they should feel that way. So if he feels that way, more power to him.
Jones added that if Floyd adjusted his style, maybe he'd have a shot. But the way he beats average fighters, that's not enough against Sugar, he said. Sugar had something more: heart. People say Floyd has heart, but do we really know? He's never been through a brutal battle. Sugar? We've seen him go through wars. Those words clearly touched a nerve. On July 6th, Mayweather posted old clips of Roy getting knocked out on his Instagram story, and those videos blew up fast.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality.
Jones didn't stay quiet. On July 9th, he posted a video on Instagram titled Public Service Announcement. In the video, he spoke directly to fans. Hey, boxing fans all over, I know you love the sport. Yeah, we joke around, people have different views, and that's totally fine. I've got my opinions, and I have every right to say them. So, if someone was trying to send me a message, I got it loud and clear, he said. And if you want to prove you're better than me, I'm ready. Anytime, anywhere. Just call.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No.
It was obvious who Jones was talking about, and now fans are buzzing, waiting to see if Floyd says yes. It's rare to see two retired legends go at it like this, but when they do, the world watches. One fan even joked, Roy should have known what was coming. Floyd wasn't going to stay quiet. Roy can't act surprised. Mayweather was known for his slick trash talk back in his day, and clearly, that part of him hasn't changed one bit.
Roy Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
We stood for two different things. He was a social media blowout. He blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it, and do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the...
Another fan chimed in to explain why Mayweather has the edge over Roy. Floyd was never knocked out or dropped, and he never popped positive for anything either. Roy did, the fan wrote. That's a nod to Jones's positive test for Andros Denedion following his 2000 light heavyweight title fight with
my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his...
At the same time, others pointed out that Roy's been taking shots at Floyd for a while now. Roy's been throwing shade at Floyd for years. Someone commented, while Jones might not personally dislike Mayweather, it's clear they don't see boxing the same way. One commenter even took a dig, saying Roy's just trying to stay in the spotlight because the money's drying up.
Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're going to attack Floyd's character, he's going to attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. If you're going to try to attack, like with me, I'm just having fun.
Even though not every fan is thrilled about a Mayweather versus Jones showdown, it could still pull in serious money. One supporter even backed Roy and took a jab at Floyd. Roy should have taken easy fights like Floyd did. He beat TB before Floyd, they said with sarcasm. But let's be fair, Mayweather fought big names like Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Marcos Maidana, Juan Manuel Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Oscar de la Hoya, just to name a few.
Not because he did a great job, but he did it for himself and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, finding the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money.
Before officially calling Floyd out, Roy had already been questioning his legacy in a recent interview. He made it clear he doesn't put Mayweather among the all-time greats. If you don't say Muhammad Ali is the GOAT, that's like a slap in my face, Roy said. If you don't respect Ali, I can't respect you. For Roy, greatness isn't just about being undefeated. It's about the risks taken and the impact made. He reminded people that Ali gave up the prime of his career to take a stand against the Vietnam War and still came back to dominate. To Roy, that's what being truly great is.
Fight? If you want it. If you want it, what's your final message to Floyd?
You already know.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going that way.
That's it.
Ain't nothing ever change.
You can knock him out. Your prime versus his prime, you were way better, right?
You got an X?
Are you gonna get an exhibition before that or something?
Floyd Mayweather, who walked away from boxing with a perfect 50-0 record after beating legends like Pacquiao, De La Hoya, and Canelo, has always called himself TB, the best ever. But in 2024, his words showed there's more to it. He gave Ali credit for paving the way, but couldn't resist pointing out that Ali lost to Leon Spinks, a guy with only 7 pro fights. Ali's a legend, Floyd said, but when we talk stats and wins, I never lost to someone with 7 fights. Roy wasn't buying that numbers-only view, and even though Floyd hasn't replied directly to Roy's jabs, he posted yet another clip of Roy getting knocked out. No words needed.
All right, Roy calls out Floyd Mayweather, and this ain't a good look. I mean, come on, man. Roy addicted to the game like Jordan Payton. Roy need to go sit down, man. And Floyd Mayweather don't fight black fighters, even in exhibitions, dude. He ain't trying to fight nobody melanated. Go on, sit down, Roy. I know it's a bad...
The message was loud and clear. Mayweather used pictures and quiet jabs to send it. This back and forth really shows how split boxing fans are when it comes to defining greatness. Is it about staying undefeated with top-tier defense? Or is it about building a legacy, taking a stand, and making an impact beyond the sport? No matter your take, one thing's certain, this back and forth isn't ending soon. On July 8th, Jake Paul talked to Fight Hype and shared how he felt about Mayweather's reply to Roy Jones Jr. "Nah, Roy's a legend, bro. You can't come at Roy like that," Jake said about Floyd. When they asked who was better in their prime, Mayweather or Jones Jr., Jake answered, Roy was next level at his peak, but Floyd kept it consistent. Still, prime Roy was just different. It's clear Jake would side with Roy if they ever squared off in their prime years.
Clips of his fights getting knocked out. What do you think about that?
Nah, Roy's a legend, bro. You can't come for Roy like that.
Now, who do you think was better in their prime? Roy or Floyd?
I would say Roy was better during the prime, but Floyd just stayed consistent.
But one boxing legend is steering clear of picking sides. Manny Pacquiao, a legend himself, jumped into the conversation between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather with a bold but respectful take. Things heated up again when Jones Jr. said Sugar Ray Leonard was greater than Mayweather on the All the Smoke Fight podcast. Mayweather fired back by posting several knockout videos of Jones Jr. stirring the pot. When asked for his opinion, Pacquiao chose to keep it respectful. He didn't get into rankings and instead pushed for unity, something he brought up in another talk as well. He told Fight Hype, "I don't like comparing our achievements, as long as we've motivated..."
Who was the better fighter in their prime?
Look, in their prime, I mean, I gotta give it up to both guys, but I mean, look, we're retired, man. Let's keep this fighting thing for the young bucks, you know.
But you fought Floyd, you fought him, so you know you know firsthand, you know his talent. Sure. But Roy in his prime, he was like Superman before the knockouts, before everything.
He made it clear that every boxer's journey is special in its own way. He doesn't think these types of comments should lead to rivalry or tension. Pacquiao's message shows that all this back and forth takes away from what boxing truly stands for. He added in the same Fight Hype chat, "I'm not a fan of that," referring to how Roy ranked the greats and instead called for more respect between legends. In his view, boxers should be looked up to, not turned into a scorecard. This reflects how Pacquiao sees life in general. Don't forget, his 2015 fight with Mayweather broke records and became the biggest pay-per-view event in history. Even after all the spotlight, Pacquiao stayed grounded, always putting family, faith, and service to others first. Unlike Mayweather.
Most fighters aren't afraid to fight nobody if they're gonna get paid for it properly. The problem is, you don't want to take a $5 million fight and you only gonna get $50,000 for it. Because if you lose it, that's almost the end of the day for you. Why would you put yourself on the line for that? It makes common sense what people do. It made sense what Floyd Mayweather did.
Pacquiao recently took a swipe at him for flashing money and chasing fame. He said, "I feel sorry for him for choosing wealth over spiritual wealth." Now, at 46, the boxing icon is gearing up for a return fight against Mario Barrios on July 19th, 2025. But it's not just about lacing up the gloves again, he's setting a tone in the sport too. His calm but firm message to Roy Jones Jr. proves he's acting like a bridge between the past legends and the upcoming stars. As he makes his comeback, Pacquiao isn't letting the noise distract him. He wants to keep inspiring fans, not get caught up in legacy battles. He's distancing himself from the flash and sticking to what matters: faith, family, and giving back. That's why Pacquiao remains not just a ring icon, but a leader in boxing's bigger story.
About Roy and Floyd going back and forth. I just talked to him. Floyd was really worked up. I mean, Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man.
Andre, we're going this way.
They fighters.
Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen? Watch out, Andre can still throw hands now. Don't mess with him like that.
They fighters, bro.
Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are two boxing giants who left their mark in different ways. Both are often listed among the top pound-for-pound fighters of their time, which keeps the debate alive about who's really the greatest. Mayweather's perfect 50-0 record has many calling him the best to ever do it. His defensive style and ability to control a fight were unmatched. On top of that, he had huge success outside the ring, starring in 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view fights in boxing history.
Roy Jones Jr.
Boy, anybody else that wants to smoke the word, so you know damn well they can get in them. Has there ever been a question? That's the one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Roy picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck came. So, nobody, Y'all made me come.
But Roy Jones Jr., who conquered 4 weight classes, doesn't see it that way. When Real Life Productions asked if he thought Floyd was the greatest, Jones didn't hesitate. No, known for his flashy moves and knockout power, Jones did something unheard of. He won a middleweight title and later a heavyweight title, something no one had pulled off in over 100 years. He ruled 4 divisions and beat major names like James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, and Antonio Tarver, with a style that thrilled fans everywhere.
A 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all time? Nah. Shabby was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got the 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died.
Mayweather retired with a spotless 50-0 record, taking titles in 5 divisions and dazzling fans with what many call the best defense ever. He also became one of the sport's top moneymakers, headlining 4 of the top 5 most-watched pay-per-view fights ever. But when Jones Jr. was again asked by Real Life Productions if that 50-0 made Floyd the GOAT, he still said no. He gave Floyd props, but pointed to others who had done even more. I respect anyone who stays unbeaten that long, I really do. But does that make him the best ever? I don't think so. He mentioned Julio Cesar Chavez, who once hit 80-0. 80 wins. Who's going to beat that? Floyd reached 50 and stopped to match Rocky Marciano. Rocky passed away. If he hadn't, maybe he'd have pushed past that too.
Versus Floyd Mayweather beat. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy, we all know.
Jones also wasn't a fan of Floyd's final fight, a 10th round TKO over UFC fighter Conor McGregor, who had never boxed before. So the debate about who's truly the GOAT isn't ending anytime soon. It's fueled by how differently these 2 men approach their careers and values. On the same program, Mayweather was asked about Jones, saying he deserves the TB, the best ever, title more than anyone else. Floyd replied, "Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm glad Roy feels good about his own legacy. Any fighter who gave his all and made sacrifices should be proud. If that's how he sees himself, more power to him."
Been pretty, and I don't know if people realize this, Roy. Your first 50 fights, you didn't get beat, you got DQ'd. Had you been 50-0, would you have stopped?
After I won the heavyweight title and went back down and beat Tarver that first time, I would have stopped right there. But it was in my DNA, it was in my inevitability.
I had one fight at a catchweight, but that wasn't my idea. You can look it up. It's all in the records. When I fought Canelo, I think at one point he thought I was ducking him, scared even. So he says, Floyd's avoiding me. I'll fight at 152 or 152 pounds. And me, I called him out and said, fine, 152 or 152 it is. When weigh-in came, Canelo didn't have any rule about how much weight he could add after. He came in at 152 or 152 and a half. I think by fight night, he was around 168 or maybe even 170. But me, I was still at 151 or 152.
Guys around him, he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go. Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight.
Let me just say this. Roy Jones is a great fighter. He's done a lot for boxing, and I genuinely admire what he's accomplished. Floyd Mayweather is widely seen as one of boxing's all-time greats. Over the course of his amazing career, he beat top-tier fighters, grabbed world titles across 5 weight classes, and maybe most impressively, walked away unbeaten with his health and his money intact. That's a big reason he's often called TBE.
And nobody said that. When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're two different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared and it wasn't even a question.
21. Still, even with all the wins and records, not everyone thinks the 5-division champ completely lives up to the huge legacy built around his name. And that wraps it up for now. For more big boxing news, highlights, and major updates, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that bell so you're first to know when we drop more videos like this. Catch you in the next one. Peace